Hello everyone, Krydax here, and welcome back to pyanodon's Season 3, Coffee and Krydax time. So, I've made a huge mistake. What is happening here? Why is stone getting on this belt? Filtering the stone off there, filtering the stone off there. Oh, this one's merging into that one. We need to filter the stone off first. That. Okay. Yikes. This has been a bit of a mess, this whole moss situation. But I think we've got it mostly figured out now. Mostly figured out. Oh gosh. Oh no. Well, let's see. So it switched back over to the other recipe because we now, oh god, and we got chlorine in there. How did that happen? Okay. Let's get rid of this rock. And then now what's stuck? And why? The stone is stuck. We have too much of it. Because now it's switched over to the cheap method that doesn't use stone. Now there's another weird reality of like, do I even want to do it that way anymore? Because now the stone is making, it's saving us chlorinated water. Before there was no real cost to switching to the cheap recipe, just time. But now it's time and slightly more chlorinated water. Technically more carbon dioxide too per moss, but that doesn't really matter. But I think it's fine. I think the chlorinated water is still super cheap. But yeah, so they had to kick out all the extra stone. Because how many buildings is it? 60 times 40 stone. Yeah, I mean, I think this just is a problem. I think I just need to hook this up. Like that. And red wire. Okay. So then that can give us a little bit more leeway here. Bloop, bloop. Okay. Sorry if I'm a little bit quiet today. I actually am sort of sick. Woke up with a little bit of a fever, so I might be a little bit less coherent than usual, which is maybe not very coherent at all then. But we'll see. I'm feeling mostly okay here. 9.6 a second, even without any stone. Okay. And then why don't we improve the loading rate of moss as well, so that can go a little faster. And then whenever the amount drops below 5.5k again, it'll kick back on. Okay. I feel like we'll improve our storage a little bit more there. Okay, so now it's swapping over. Do these load fast enough? 0.333, 0.017. They do. Okay. Alright, well, we should be fine. It is interesting there's a little dry period because the inserters take a while to get things started. But then it should start flowing a lot faster here. And now the stone, just to make sure, 72 stacks. We might as well do the full 72 here, 3,600. Just so that we're keeping that as full as possible. So as soon as it's down to 52 stacks, it'll request another one. And then we're stackifying that stone. Oh, I guess we have an extra buffer right there too. We should be measuring that instead. Oh well. That's fine. Okay, well, I mean, it seems to be working. The whole situation. We're using a lot of moss. Don't know what for. Oh, epoxy finished. Epoxy finished! Yay! I don't think any of these matter except the acetone, which it should now be running. Yep. Acetone, which should be not hooked up? Or is this a train thing? It is a train thing, but I never did the acetone request. So, I don't remember how much I needed a second. 100 a second is only 150 seconds. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, and there's the chromite sand. Why did we run out of copper? Uh-oh. We shouldn't be out of copper. Are we out of copper? Oh, we're out of copper. We just might need to increase our copper production. Oh, wait, is there something wrong with the amount of copper ore that we have? Why is it only on one side of the belt? What has happened here? Say it isn't so. We've actually consumed a significant amount of copper. But I don't think that's what's slowing things down here. I think this is just the copper build running at full tilt. Wait, no, something's wrong. Why are these not outputting? Did I screw up item counts? That one's not running. Why is that one not running? Too much grade 4? Or grade 3, rather? And that has too much low-grade rejects plus. Am I not getting rid of the low-grade rejects fast enough? Huh. What did we do here? 1 second. Feels like something's gone wrong. Oh, I need 1.4. That's the problem. Wow, that alone is like really hamstringing things. Okay, well, let's go fix that manually. It should be quick to fix. Should be a quick fix. And then I wanted to make this even more of a buffer. Shoop. All the moss. All right, let's head back to the base and fixify our copper processing here. And yeah, I don't really know what's next. Maybe improving glass. We do need to start looking towards red circuits. We're still forever away. Like, it's not even close. It's absolutely crazy what you need for red circuits, but it's at least in the ballpark of like our next major goal. And so we could start looking into it. But there's going to be a lot of things we need to do before then. And we're just Zen gardening our way towards having more stuff, remember. Speaking of Zen gardening, how's our iron nexalate antimony special alloy? Am I finally getting enough? Maybe? Maybe. Alright, so copper is broken because we built one stone furnace instead of 2. I can't believe that. Cannot believe that. So we need to do this. And then I guess this. And then this. And then this. Oh gosh. Guess we just do that and that. Okay. So now there's fuel going in, and now the low-grade copper is getting processed. Okay. Which, remember, I almost didn't do, because it's such a small amount of copper plates. We're talking only about 5% of the copper we're making. But what that should do is finally consume all the low-grade rejects, which will consume all the low-grade dust, and all the low-grade dust getting consumed should consume then all of the low-grade rejects. And then the low-grade rejects getting consumed will finally mean that we're back to consuming all the grade 3, which makes more grade 4, which makes more overall copper. So we should see a knock-on effect here of like all of our stuff finally getting consumed. Because I'm pretty sure we built this properly in the first place. So if I look at copper plate, we should see an increase here in the next few minutes. Yeah, so over the last 10 minutes it was about 780, and now it's about 900 a minute. Okay, yeah, definitely going up a little bit. Okay, perfect. Wow, it's amazing how one little tiny change can screw you over. Oh, I also am not feeding the burner fuel. That's important. Otherwise, those will get jammed up with ash. Oof. Okay, disaster averted there. Copper is now running. It's weird to like have an empty plate, like an empty to-do list here. Oh, wait, what happened to this? This must have been when I loaded the quick save or something last episode. Huh, interesting. How are batteries doing? Batteries seem fine. Circuits are totally great. Some stuff over here never got built. Because this has no power? Interesting. Okay. Our acid gas process wasn't quite done. Propene seems fine. Propene for acetone to make org-solve. And is this org-solve being provided at a higher priority? It is not. Do we have another organic solvent? Provider? Hello? Oh. Wrong organic solvent. Okay, we've got a provider there. This is our main provider. So what are you? Where are you? So this organic solvent... It's still going. Do we want it to be still going? I guess we do, right? Because it's kind of free if we don't need the creosote. And why don't we actually set it up so that it is based on the creosote? So like we are making the organic solvent from this. I don't see a reason not to do that actually. Because that tar processing is running. So we might as well get some free organic solvent out of the situation. Priority wise, I think we can have it at the same priority? Or a higher priority. Because in some ways this is free organic solvent. And what am I doing with the extra organic solvent I make up here? I don't remember. Oh, I literally never hooked it up to anything. That is hilarious. Wow. We just did nothing with it? Cridax. Okay, that's really bad. So we just need to fill up this guy. So that's requesting the full 75k. So that means... What does that mean? I think that means we need a tank. I don't even know. What are we doing here? So we'll do it like a top up. So we'll top up into... Uh-oh. It looks like we've vastly increased our fluid usage, fluid train usage recently. I need to pay attention to that. Add more fluid trains in. Okay. So that is organic solvent. Actually hooked up now. To there, and then that only tops up to 50%. So that way we've always got space to utilize the organic solvent. Okay. Good, good, good. Anything else screwed up over here? I think everything else is running. Oh, we're out of formic? Because we're out of ammonia. Now that's a problem. Shouldn't be out of ammonia. Here's my ammonia maker. Well, we've got a couple, right? We've got the one down here from urea, and that one's gone. And then we've got the other one that is here. Oh, we're out of copper. I see. That does use 10 copper to produce only 72 ammonia. Fair enough. Well, that's kind of a lot. I should do tar quenching on this to get some free tailings and saline gas and stuff. Because I think we're just dumping this extra tar right now, which I know people are judging me for. So copper is the issue with ammonia, apparently. What's happening with wastewater? We just don't have any right now. These fish are backed up. Well. Shoot. Is there any other way for me to make ammonia yet? Or are those still my only options? Oh, when do I get blood to urea? That's soon, right? Well, I don't know about soon, but it is coming in the Pi 2 tech tree. It certainly isn't soon though. Unfortunately. But that'll be so nice. Blood to urea will just be a bunch of free urea, which also means free. Also, meat to cyanic is pretty powerful. Interesting. Okay, well, I need to add a few more trains. Let's see. I add a couple fluid trains into somewhere, like over here. We'll do that. Delete that. Paste these in. Okay, and then I want these to be mostly fluids, probably. Let's do 3 fluids, 2 solids. Oh, those are already fluids. Okay, solid, fluid, 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 fluid. Okay, that feels about right. And then we need to train. Oh, I can't do it until the thing's built. Okay. So we'll have to wait a minute on that. Alright, what do we need to improve about glass, / what can we improve about glass? Those are making about exactly 25. 4 inserters isn't quite fast enough, probably. These are not quite running the full speed, but it's really close. So there's really not much I can change at the moment. I could turn this into more efficient glass later, but for now... Now what do I do? It seems like we're actually using all of our molten glass. Which is not good. Like, I'm worried about glassware. Yeah, glassware is actually running out. Do I want to deal with pure sand for all this, or do I want to just make more quartz and do it that way? I'm not really sure. I don't know if I really... Oh, wait, did I make rails? I did make rails up here, right? In the auto mall? I just want to double check that. Wait, did I not make rails? No, surely I did. I, like, remember needing stone for it and stuff. Right? I swear we made rails. Ah, right here. Oh, but we have no treated wood request. So we're getting no rails. Okay, good thing I checked. Why is treated wood not being requested? 74 and a 288. 85 stacks. Okay. So treated wood. Connect you. Wood. Those will need to be channel 1. Okay. Well, that should fix that problem. Some of you may have noticed I did 1,000 stacks. That was a mistake. There goes all of my treated wood. Oh gosh, how bad is it? Not terrible. It's a lot. 2.6k incoming, but that's fine. It should be enough for a lot of rails, and then we won't see a shipment for a while. Okay, so what's currently the holdup? It seems like now we're out of latex because we're out of formic, yeah. Now, does that mean we're chopifying Vraux? Oh, wait. I'm not requesting formic on trains here. Should I be? There's a whole new question. Should I be only making the ammonia method? Or should I use Vraux 2 to support it? That's kind of a tricky question. Vraux have no moss? What is going on here? What is going on here? Oh no, spoilage has destroyed us all. Oh, my Vraux. Oh no. This episode is just a mess. Oh gosh. Okay. Oh, what's happening? Oh no. Shoot. We didn't even think about that. Now this one I don't think matters, because that was all for science and circuits, both of which have been replaced. But Vraux here very much mattered. Oh gosh. Oh no. Okay. How do I manage this? What if, because chlorinated water is a pain in the butt. And none of this needed to run anymore either, right? Yeah, except cotton guts, but those are all attached over here. Okay. So all of this is dead, and that's fine. But Vraux being dead is not fine. I guess we could look at a new Vraux build here. Let's see. So the original... how much formic is one Vraux? Let's see. Caged Vraux is 200 formic acid. So 0.1 a second is only 20 formic acid a second. It's not very much. So this is really not great. If we wanted 1 Vrauk a second, it would be a lot of food. 0.87 food a second. Which ends up being quite a lot of... Like 1 Fawoji a second is a lot. Yeah, that's 31 Fawoji plantations. Cellulose... I mean, it's not that expensive, but that's 3 wood a second. Tree seeds is another, like, 4 wood a second. Or 1.5 wood a second. Agar is a lot of seaweed. It's 5 seaweed per agar. So 4.3 seaweed a second. That's not a joke amount of seaweed. That's 20 seaweed plantations. So when you look at the seaweed and Fawoji cost of this much Vraukage, it's no joke. Plus the sap. What are we talking for sap here? Now we do have Mark II sap now. Oh, I already have that set up. That's still 60 sap extractors too. Yeah, so Vrauks are not cheap, right? Like this is, yeah, that's 200 formic a second, but it's not cheap. This is a lot of input, you know, and not to mention all the moss farms, which even with the improved recipe of chlorinated water and stone is still 32 moss farms. So, and 10 chop houses too. So I think we needed, what, 100 formic a second for our rubber build? Is what we built off of, is that right? No, I did build it off of 200 a second. So if I wanted the Vrauks to support that formic, basically Vrauks are offsetting ammonia, is kind of the bottom line there. And... I could do half of it. Half of it might be more affordable. Half a Vrauk per second. I mean, that's definitely more affordable. It's still not cheap, I would argue. But that's like a slightly more reasonable amount of things for all the Vrauk food and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I want to rely on Vrauks for that. But what are my other options for ammonia right now? Also, I apologize if you're like, is he going to do anything this episode? I kind of haven't gotten anything done. We fixed quite a few things. Oh, my acetone to syn, that makes ammonia. How much ammonia are we getting from that? Is there a world where I should do that just to make ammonia? Wait, what percentage of ammonia are we getting back here that we need? To use 50 organic solvent... Yeah, okay, never mind. So, 50 organic solvent means we're only getting 25 ammonia, which is only about 10% of what we need. But that is still, at least once we get the cheap acetone, I don't know if it's worth it right now. Okay, so the syngas is basically free. So it is basically 100 acetone to 50 ammonia. So 100 acetone is 10 chromite sand, 4 copper plates, and 100 propene. Which... 100 propene is like 6 lead plates. So 6 lead, 4 copper, and 10 chromite sand. That is a lot. It's equivalent to like 3 chromium. But that's a way to turn Copper, lead. Oh, but we're already turning copper into ammonia. Wait, which? That's really funny. We're turning copper into ammonia here. Copper, lead, and chromium into ammonia. And this over here is turning copper and coke into ammonia. That turns 3 copper into 20 ammonia. And this one turns... what was it? 4 copper into 50 ammonia? So this is definitely more copper efficient, but it uses lead and chromium too. Whereas the coke is basically free at this point. So I think I just kind of want to boost this thing, boost the production of this. Because we have infinite tar basically, or infinite coke, I mean. So if anything, we should just make more copper. I think more copper is maybe my next build. When do I get the next copper processing? Not till blue science. So that does mean probably want to boost this up. Build a new version of this. We want to double it? That's a pretty big copper build. I don't know if we need that much, because the old one is working fine, so I think I might just build this again. So we'll double what we're getting now. A train is stuck? How? How did it end up 20? How did it end up 18 treated wood short of what we needed? That's curious. Huh. I'm not really sure how that happened. I wonder... That's just weird. I don't get that one. Okay, so... ammonia is the problem. Here comes some new ammonia, though. Why is this... oh. It just took a second to empty out. Because that's full. I probably should reduce the request then a little bit. It actually slows things down a little bit. Okay. Train is unstuck. Oh, speaking of trains. New trains. Fluid train. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. There's no solids sitting there. By the way, 3 refuelers seems to still be enough, but like... I feel like I should, add another one? Wait, what am I doing? Okay, copy that and then paste it here. Okay. And then hopefully I did things right, that's just gonna work. Looks like things should be correct here. Okay, anyway, so for this, we will need to fuel up the locomotives once they're done. What kind of fuel do I even have? Oh, I guess logs. Logs is the trick. So I want to grab log. Right, log. Fuel, click. 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 Did I only have 3 locomotives? Or did the other 2 get stuck somewhere? Ah, here they come. Fuel. And fuel. Okay. Perfect. All right, so Valk build, copper build. What do we want to do next? While we sit here, having no idea what to do, why don't I get another block built? Keep our bots busy. Yeah, let's build more copper processing. Build it down here. Okay, more copper. That's our current route. More copper. And normally I wouldn't do this, but this is one of those few instances where I really do think I can just copy paste a whole thing. For the most part. It won't be perfect. I'll have to make some modifications, but for the most part, this is what we need. And I should just be able to like plop that here, basically. And we'll get everything hooked up. Okay. And we will need, let's see. Those connected. Okay, and then let's see. Oh, wow, that's a lot of bots. Also, I don't have classifiers. Interesting. Automall. Classifier. 4. Get those built. Okay, and then request-wise, we're gonna need to request sand castings, fuel, borax, hot air, oxygen. So we'll need a multi-requester, provider for copper, and then a fluid requester. On oxygen, 75, I would say 74,000. Oxygen, and we'll do that guy. And that'll be for hot air. At some point, I might do a giant block, like a double block, for a bunch of metals again. Because let's see, my metals block is this big. That's roughly, yeah, that would fit in a double block, roughly. Maybe I would need to do a quadruple block even, 2x2. Anyway, these poor construction bots are struggling just to deliver 500 fuel. Because they can only carry one at a time, the poor little buggers. Why? Okay, the back button is not working for me right now. Okay, so back to here. So that's all gonna get built. We're gonna mine the copper. from over here. Each of those is going to mine 2.8 a second. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We only need 3. So that's going to be basically infinite copper right there. Okay. And then... yeah, I normally would train it, but the reason I built it here is so that I can just belt the copper over. That was the whole reason I did that. All right. Gotta stay in the construction zone here, funnily enough. Okay, we'll do that. Get rid of these. Okay, so copper's getting trained in. I don't think borax is on trains yet, so we'll need to do that, but we're on the right track here. Oh, we're gonna need a trasher for ash, gravel. We get a lot of tailings out. Okay, so we're gonna have... should I do a super trasher? Got 3 different solids. I think so. I think that's better than 3 separate stations. And then... now, I have the new version of CyberSyn that Dan Bopes worked on, that it's a fork of CyberSyn, that should allow me to design a super trasher in 1 station instead of 2, I think. I need to look into that. I still haven't... it's like a project I have to do. But there's the secondary inventory situation, and I need to figure out how to utilize those. Because basically what I can do is set it so that it will subtract out... there's no buttons there. I don't know exactly how it works. But essentially, I can make a train available to like 2 networks at the same time, but with different amounts, which is what we want. Because that's kind of what we're accomplishing with the super trasher. And then we're gonna need a... F trasher extension for the tailings. All right. And then we're gonna need a new one of these guys. All right, well, our bots have their work cut out for them for the foreseeable future. Like, for a lot of the future. I'm gonna go place some more bots. Man, almost got run over there. But I thought to look, and that was a good call. And then we'll probably call it an episode. Like I said, trying to do shorter episodes, not do hour long every time. That way we can have more of them. Okay, so why am I coming to the auto mall? I already forgot. Why am I here? Came here for a reason. Shoot. But actually though, why did I come here? Oh, to put more bots in the network. It's like, I know it's for a good reason. Alright. Be free, my bots. Still only 405 construction bots, but oh my gosh, we have 1.5 thousand. Yeah, this is gonna be painful. I mean, I shouldn't have done this project at the same time. That's the real problem. You know, as I did this project at the same time as the other one. And so these are just going nuts. But it'll get done eventually. That's the important part. I wonder what the power usage of bots looks like. It's pretty high, 55 megawatts over the last minute. You can definitely tell when, like, I decide to build something big. Alright, well, I think it'll get done. 1,400 entities. Okay, and are these fueled up? Ready to go? Not quite, but they have enough. I'm gonna cancel. Okay, so then we just do add station, fluids, depot, automatic, 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 automatic. Okay, and then solids, depot, automatic. All right, there we go. So there's some more trains in the network. And copper in is this belt. Get that built, and then everything else should be pretty good internally. We will have to add in, let's see, tailings here has an overflow already. Then we want it to go this way. This will be tailings. All right, there's tailings hooked up. And yeah, we'll finish that in the next episode. As always, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, and I'll see you all in the next one.